Episode 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We get Vader and a confrontation that I did not expect. It's only episode 3. Okay, wow. I guess I should have seen it coming, but we've get the battle decades in the making. Apparently, these two have met since the prequels, and we just didn't know about it. And
but I thought, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he say like, hey, last time we met, you were the master and I was the
yeah.
No.
So
Well,
he didn't mean that time. He meant the other time we met.
At first, I thought he just said, this hasn't been a presence I haven't felt since, and then he kind of trailed off. But when you look it up, he actually says, I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
He was definitely not learning shit.
He's still learning.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan got his ass beat in this episode, dragged all over the fucking place. Old age has slowed you, or made you weak, rather, says Darth Vader, who is played by James Earl Jones. Gotta say, fantastic. Just
love it.
Absolutely returning to the role. Darth Vader, this time in person, played by Hayden Christensen. You see him for half a second.
I was hoping once the transformation was complete, he was going to be like, no.
No, he doesn't
But he
have to
didn't do
say
it.
no, Joey.
Get out.
Every time. He
Come
doesn't have
on.
no. Overall, I thought it was a fantastic episode. Probably the best of the season. But for whatever reason, there were quiet moments, there were action moments. Of course, the confrontation between Vader and Obi-Wan. Oh, shit, I left my Obi-Wan saber downstairs. But the actual confrontation left me a little disappointed and a little like, wait, what? What are you doing? Like, what happened? I mean, Vader literally, are you telling me that Vader, this is a person like he hates the most, and he just, like a little fire gets in Vader's way, and he's like, oh,
Could have
man.
just grabbed him
God damn it.
again.
Well, he also just put out the fire 10 seconds beforehand. And he's like, he puts out the fire, and then it gets reignited. He's like, oh shit.
no.
It's recharging.
My cooldown is on
Yeah,
cooldown.
exactly. Exactly.
I can only cool down the fire once.
God damn it. I mean, he
what the
could have done a
fuck,
number of things. So that other than that, I think budget constraints and Vader quitting too easily sort of bring this the episode down from. Anybody remember that big fucking cape flowing where he literally does his badass jump in Empire? He could have just jumped right over. He doesn't need to he doesn't need to cool down the flame. He could just drag him back through.
Or they can just shoot the droid in the face because they all
They
have
do.
guns.
They are shooting.
They
I
miss.
saw the stormtroopers.
Oh,
They're not very good at shooting.
Okay.
But you could just, I don't know. It was just for the cool fire reflection shot, obviously. Oh, Joe. Actually, canonically, he was. The force powers may only be used a little bit, and the reason is the lightsaber. There's a ton of fucking creative explanations for it, other than it was just a cool fire reflection shot. I guess the one that makes most sense is he's a cat playing with his food. He's a cat playing with a mouse. He likes the thing. But I think that's true for like every single Jedi he's murdered.
But he has so
And
much hatred, like you
at
said.
this point, for Obi-Wan, he knows not to fuck around. But okay. So other than that, I thought it was solid. What did you guys think?
I think they're playing it super safe, and the formula they're using, I do not like. These escort missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a whole
Leia. Okay.
I'm not really feeling that little girl.
As an actress?
The actress.
Damn,
is
Joe! She's 9! How dare you say that? I'm just kidding. I'm kind of
just- that doesn't really work for me. And then
Show me
third
you couldn't find a 9-year-old who
sister.
could act, because there's lots of them.
Yeah.
the third sister, her
Everybody's
motives
going gaga.
doesn't
over
really
her.
work for me either,
I don't know.
which is like a lot
Which
of the third sister.
Okay, yeah.
It really doesn't work for me a lot either.
No, so this is great. I realized we're together again. You guys didn't give me your opinions. Do a vlog. I did a vlog while I was gone on vacation. Can we quickly, before we continue with episode 3, get y'all's opinion on episodes 1 and 2 right now? Go.
For the first one, I get it was a very story-driven.
Mm-hmm.
You had to catch up with everything, so I get it. It was slower paced, but I didn't mind it. I'll probably give this first one a 7.
Okay.
Go ahead for the first one.
I don't like the direction for the series. I think it's they chose the wrong person to direct this, and I think
Deborah Chow did so great.
yeah,
in Mandalorian.
not in this. I mean, it's terrible. I
wow.
mean, you look at certain scenes in this.
Terrible?
Yeah, look, come on, that fucking child chase through the forest. That is one of
That's
the
the
worst.
second one.
And it's like, look, I love Star Wars as a kid, and you can make this like if this is not direct. It's either director or the cinematographer, and it's not the actress's fault. If you are a person who's actually shitting on the 9-year-old or the third sister, you're a piece of shit. And no one wants
yeah,
you.
they're being super racist to her
These
online.
one, they're writing scenes for this little girl and making her fail. And for them, they're pieces. Deborah Chow, the person behind the camera, is a piece of shit. Those are bad scenes. The little girl didn't write them.
Yeah, for sure.
They're
right.
shot terribly, and I
She's
hate
just
the
doing
bad
what-
guys in this. Why are all the Siths
You're
whiny
supposed to,
bitches?
Alex.
They're not. They don't have to be
For
whiny.
the wrong reason.
Well,
They're
I
whiny,
mean, there's plenty of
petulant-
whiny Empire characters throughout the franchise, but this is so over the top. I don't believe
It's wild how whiny these characters are. I don't like any of them. I like bad guy characters. None of these are bad guys worth rooting, except for Darth Vader.
You know what's funny
who I
is
love.
the one sister that's like quiet the whole fucking time. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
When it doesn't say anything.
Well, because
She's the
she's
most
like,
dangerous
if she's
one.
quietly plotting and like going to kill everyone, I
Yeah.
fucking love it. That's
That'd
great.
be
That's how let's
amazing.
do bad guys that way. The people just like bitching and whining about, no, I want to bring Vader's coffee. No, I'm gonna bring.
no, I'm
well,
gonna bring-
yeah, I'm gonna do this. Well,
Nobody
you can't.
likes the teacher's pet.
It's like shut the fuck up.
Well, thankfully, the Leia running away scene, she does eventually get caught, and it only lasted for a few minutes.
It felt like an hour and a
Otherwise-
half.
The chase sequence. Otherwise, what would you rate the first episode?
Oh no, I abstain.
No, you cannot.
abstain.
How dare you?
I didn't
this
like
is
it.
your job.
I think
and
it's-
you're doing it.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I don't.
Then
I
give
watched
me
them
the
both.
terrible rating.
I don't know. I don't know where they ended. Where did episode 1 end?
Episode
I
one
watched
is
them- I watched them
basically-
back to back.
Organa comes to ask Obi-Wan himself to help his.
Oh, okay. So I liked it. I like
Kidnapped
episode
her.
1 to a point, right? I think it's like a 5.
Okay.
It's very
episode
average.
2, Joe.
For me, it's going to be a 6 because I was like, no, please don't let it be an escort mission. And that's what it's turning out to be.
Okay, and then this is on the next planet. Did you think the
This planet?
stupid guy was funny? Remember, we loved that movie.
Oh, yeah,
together,
yeah.
Joe?
He's great, but I don't like the way this is going, like Alex is saying. Like, I don't like this formula.
We
what
got
they're
we got
doing.
Leia
Babysitting.
parkour. We got Reva parkour on the tops of the roof.
We had a dinosaur man.
A dinosaur
Fucking
man. Hey, I
love the
love that
dinosaur
guy.
man. Like, but that was the best part of the whole episode.
And then she fucking murders the Grand Inquisitor, which breaks canon, and hopefully they'll explain it in the remaining 3 episodes.
He can't
He has
die
a
'cause
twin brother.
He shows up. He shows up in Rebels.
dun.
So no, Fester's brother's Gomez. Gomez is not a twin of his. Okay, Uncle Fester
Wait,
sucks.
what?
The Grand Inquisitor looks like Fester.
I said 6.
6 on
Second
episode
one.
2.
So this episode was a 4, and it actually brought down my previous score even
What?
worse because
Yeah.
the third sister in this episode shows that she can feel the presence of Jedi, which we know that she can do, except for when Obi-Wan's behind her in the previous episode. She can also read people's minds, except for when she's doing the whole, being trying to figure out where people are. And so they didn't like watch their own shit. So she can use her super. This is a problem with fucking space wizards with lightning swords, is that their powers scale and they dilate over and over and over. But for her to develop powers that she probably should always have in episode 2, but not use them in episode 1 when she should have used them. Deborah Chow is not the person to do this.
Yeah,
The same way that I
well-
don't like Robert Rodriguez was not the person for
God,
for
don't
Boba
remind
Fett.
me.
She does not seem to be the person for this.
I don't necessarily have a problem with her direction. What I'm having a problem with is the screenplay and the writers. I guess she could try to rewrite the whole thing herself, but as a director, I think she's doing an all right job. I think the issue lies with the writers. Episode 2, 6, episode 2.
4.
4, that's right. Okay, back into episode 3. I just wanted to know their opinions. So do you think this episode, Joe, was better than the last 2? Joe?
The only cool part was obviously the end fight.
Yeah.
That's the only cool part.
Okay.
And that was like,
You
what,
didn't like
5
the
minutes?
quiet moments of, Leia and, no, because you hate the escort missions.
Yes,
Okay, but this
exactly.
character building, Joe, just because they're being escorted or they have to go
Well,
somewhere.
again, I wanted to
it's
see a
not-
show about Obi-Wan.
But the issue is we know that their
you get
characters
it.
don't build
We
anywhere.
get a little bit of hints to Obi-Wan's family and drawing parallels between the fact that he was captured as a kid. He would have loved to have known his brother, just like Leia would love to know her brother, and he can't because the Jedi are actually kind of jerks. and good is dumb, and evil is the best.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Except for Reva and the third brother and all the whiny bitches.
The teacher's pets.
The tentacle lady is good.
Yeah, we like
That's
her.
about it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only part I liked. Just the fight scene.
Okay, so what's your
Five.
five?
Oh, we're going final verdicts already?
Yeah,
Well, I
I
guess
see.
we didn't need to jump into final verdicts, but we just did, so we'll continue.
Okay. 5 for me. This is average.
Average TV.
Yeah.
I think this is the strongest of the three, but I don't think that for me that's not saying a whole lot. I love that we got James Earl Jones. I love
Yes.
Hayden Christensen back.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's acting his ass off, and he's doing everything that he can.
He's trying.
The problem I have is this is a prequel series
Yep.
through Rebels and through the next movies and through all the other Star Wars media that we've had for 30 years. We know where this goes.
Yeah.
We know that even though they've called him Obi-Wan in front of Leia, she's not supposed to fucking know who he is.
They're not
And-
Reva's not supposed to know Darth Vader is. Darth Vader is like that's like a really closely guarded
Oh,
secret.
that is
and
we're
everybody's
getting
dead.
there. We're getting there. I
Well,
fucking hate that
I already
shit.
know where that's going.
You cannot know who Darth Vader is without him instantly killing you if
Killing
you're in
you.
your presence, unless you're Thrawn
Right.
or Tarkin
Right.
or the Emperor, and that happens later.
So she's keeping a secret. And
But you can't keep a
tell-
secret because he's Darth Vader and
You-
she sucks.
You can tell that when she looked at the Jedi symbol in the pathway, she got super fucking
Yeah,
pissed.
she was probably a
She's
youngling. She probably
a
watched
youngling
Vader kill all the rest of the
from
younglings.
the school shooting in the beginning of Episode 1.
Yeah, and Vader would immediately say, "Oh, you know who I am, Crunch.
Right.
Fuck you. Get out of here."
But he doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, he
know.
should know,
And
'cause
that's
he's
what's
fucking
going to
Darth
happen.
Vader.
We're going right into that.
Yeah.
So this episode for me was better than the last two, and mainly because we're not focusing on the shitty villains. We got Darth Vader, and he's a good villain. And you felt like at the beginning when he's like at his Mustafar castle, and he's like getting, that's like legit Darth Vader. The
Yeah.
music was fucking sweet. It kind of almost little Terminator-y and stuff. He gets up and looks out the window.
Love that.
Fucking loved it. And, and I even like the quiet moments. Upon watching it a second time, I think Leia is acceptable. She's a 9-year-old. I know there are probably better 9-year-old actors, but she's fine. Ewan McGregor's doing great as Kenobi with the material he's given. And, and we get the confrontation. But frankly, it was a weak battle, and maybe it's supposed to be because Ben is so out of fucking practice that he's.
Why is he out of
Seems like
practice?
he's forgotten everything. But then the scene
'Cause he
before, he's
buried.
John Wick with a fucking laser blaster. He's like blast 5 guys before they can even react, and the probe droid, which in the prequels he's like, this is so uncivilized. This is an actual weapon. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. It was a little disappointing, but I guess within canon or something.
He's there to train Luke. I don't understand why he'd be out of practice.
True.
His whole job is to
Not
sit there.
yet.
Well,
There's a
yeah,
li-
but he's just gonna forget everything, and then by the time Luke's ready, and he's just like, "Oh shit, I forgot." Great teacher, thanks, bro.
I am enjoying it. I thought that Darth Vader was played perfectly, except for the fucking ending. I liked that Vader was fucking being so torturous and brutal amongst
Yes,
the people
love
around.
that.
Just
To draw-
snaps a
to
dude,
draw him out, yeah.
Snaps a fucking son's neck in front of his father instantly. To get Obi-Wan to try to come out or to get a sense of it. It was fucking fantastic. And then it's just a budget constraint. So then they're fighting and they do this thing where you go off screen and you disappear and then you come back in. And, I was here the whole time
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. And then instead of I don't expect a Revenge of Sith. This is far more a lightsaber battle of A New Hope than it is the Revenge of Sith, twirling it like this and spinning 1,000 times. Obviously, they're not going to do that anymore. But this
I would be
wasn't
fi-
even
I'd find
that.
it
This
if they did.
wasn't even A New Hope. It couldn't even go up to A New Hope. And I guess that's because, Ben is as weak because he's older and out of practice. But I don't know if I buy that. And you can see the budget constraints. It's, fire. I'm going to drag you through the fire. That was really cool. And then he's like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you. And I'm going to put out the fire. And I'm going to let you burn a little bit. And then the lady shoots the thing. It's, no, fire. Oh, okay.
If there's only I could do something about this fire,
I'm on cooldown.
I can't lift
Video.
him up and bring him over.
Yeah, he could have just forced drag Kenobi through it, tossed the bot aside. Did we forget that made Vader, moments before put out the fire himself.
Just have her shoot something and make it explode.
It's
and
just-
then
it's
them all
just
go
dumb.
flying back.
I don't care what anybody says. It's fucking dumb. Okay, it was done for the dramatic effect of the fucking shot. So otherwise, I could see people really enjoying it. But I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought that I want to get. We got rid of sort of the Grand Inquisitors for a little bit. They're doing they're groveling to the main guy, Darth Vader. Confrontation between Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. It could have been a much better episode. I could have been 9, 10 up in here. But the little problems at the end, the budget constraints, the Vader quitting way too easily. And then a little bit of the little girl escort mission. I get what you're saying, Joe, especially if that acting is not on point. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. And I'm still getting used to her, you know.
Yes.
But all right, well, that's episode
Forgot this
1,
one.
2, and 3. Forgot that one. Let's get the rating on episode 3.
I think this one is better than the other ones. I think the sniveling really ramped up here because now instead of one whiny bitchy person, we got 2 whiny bitchy people right up front.
Over and
so
over.
it like really that's bringing it down. Obi-Wan running away from Darth Vader immediately, biggest baddest person in his life, one of his biggest regrets, and he just fucking runs away. Didn't quite enjoy that. The truncated fight that
Was
ends
it lackluster?
completely and totally
Meh.
lackluster. Obi-Wan is really short with Leia, Like he snaps at her a lot,
I can understand that part.
Yeah,
That was like the one thing.
You
that
ever
I'm
hang
like,
out with the
oh.
kid for not like days?
Yeah, no, Alex stays away
Shut
from
it!
children.
no, I like dogs. I don't know. The issue is I have no tension about Obi-Wan. I know what happens to him. I know that Leia. I know where she ends up. I know where Vader ends up. I know that Leia and Obi-Wan, she should know who Obi-Wan is, even though they call him Obi-Wan in front of fucking Leia. And so they're changing all these little things, which is fine. Look, I get that they're going to play with the timelines. But you're playing with the timelines. You're not doing it in a super tight manner. I don't like any of these fucking characters.
There's no
the
tension for
whininess
any of
is
the
there.
characters you care
The fights
about.
are not very good. I don't get like... If you are just like people just really trying, I see people giving this like 10 out of 10 is the best thing you've ever seen. It's like
Right.
watch a second TV show, or maybe
Watch Revenge of the Sith.
If Star Wars isn't stamped on it, there's not John Williams music playing in the background. Maybe we don't automatically give Deborah Chow and Kathleen Kennedy all of the
Blowjobs.
kudos for their shit, because if we give them blowjobs for this level of shit, we will never get truly 10 out of 10 shit again, because this will just be what they want to make. And I think this is barely above average shit. I'm giving it a 6.
All right. Well said. Let's go into a little bit of the details now that we've done the rating. So episode 3 starts with Qui-Gon, or tries to
like, wait a
communicate.
minute.
I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that'd be
waiting for. I'm waiting for, I'm hoping that there's still a cameo because they build this up. I forgot to mention in my vlog that he kind of starts with the Qui-Gon. He tries to communicate with Qui-Gon, can't really quite do it. Here again, he's trying to do it, can't quite do it, but we're hearing clips of the previous prequels. I'm like, fuck, is that all we're going to get?
Yeah.
I do hope that Liam is in it. Now, Liam said, I only like to do movies. I don't like to do the small screen stuff. But who knows? He could be fucking around. So anyway, and then we get the Darth Vader assembly scene as he's trying to reach out to Qui-Gon for strength. I thought that was cool. I like the fact that Hayden Christensen gets to, play a little bit of Vader. You only got to see him in the suit, and then he does the dumb no thing. And here he actually gets to do stuff in the suit. So I'm happy to see that.
I did not love that.
So cool seeing Vader in action again. So that's
Yes.
where a lot of the points come from. Obi fixes Lola, the little bot, and then Leia asks about the Force. So it's really getting her curious about this. It's explaining where a lot of her upbringing and rebellion and Force stuff comes from. Obi-Wan, I'm wondering how they're going to do this. Are we going to, is Vader's helmet going to crack, or is Vader's going to take his helmet off? I hope not, man. I don't want Vader to take his helmet off and we got Hayden Christensen and they're fighting so you can see his face. I hope that they're doing stuff like this where he sees the ghost of Aiden, Anakin
Yeah,
in
that'd be
the
better.
thing, and he's got no Vader stuff on, so you can get a little bit from the actor. But I kind of like how Hayden's like, look, I'm going to take this role. I don't give a fuck that I'm hidden the whole time. And yeah, you want to use me here and there, but I think it's still cool that Hayden's back. I'd like to see his face more, but I just don't think it works outside of maybe some ghost stuff and flashbacks. So we get a little bit of that. Then we get that badass Vader, Mustafar scene. That thing is that's from a movie. That's
That was
from
amazing.
a better.
I love that.
That's from a better piece of content. And man, the Imperials know how to build their fucking evil bases because you had one.
Oh, yeah.
It's from one evil base to the next evil base. This one on an ocean. This one on lava. They love their. They got some good architects there. The third fucking sister is ordering the others around.
Send the probes.
Yeah, and they're like,
He's like,
shut
no.
up.
And whiny Raiden
Yeah.
is being a little bitch about shit.
Right.
And I
And it
don't
just
know.
sucks. And so then.
You spoke to Vader?
No, I spoke.
supposed
I
to.
supposed to.
Oh
Did
my
you go over
God.
my helmet?
I'm next in line. I thought the second sister is next in line. You remember the second sister from Cal Kestis and the video game Jedi Fallen Order? So, but maybe it doesn't matter what number you are. Or I guess it kind of does matter. I don't fucking know. It's just I'm next in line. Fuck you.
One thing we didn't talk about this. Has Vader really? I don't remember. In my mind, Vader has not been hiding for 10 fucking years.
Yeah, he's out slaughtering Jedi.
So
what he's doing.
why does Obi-Wan not know that Darth Vader is alive?
Yeah, I don't-
Obi-Wan
I don't
knows
fucking
Darth
know
Vader
that.
is
That
Anakin
doesn't
and
make
has
any
known
sense.
in the movie
It
universe.
doesn't make any sense the way he reacts to that. I don't.
It was a
understand
beautiful
that.
scene. Dude acted his ass off. All the
It's
all the
either
actors.
he's alive or that he knows, but he already knows.
He
He's
knows
seen
they're
a
the same- he
recording.
knows they're the same
I don't
person.
understand. I don't get it. Did Deborah and everybody forget, or they just like we know, but we need a dramatic moment? Maybe
I
it's
think
just a
that's what it
shock of
was.
hearing him again. He forgot about Vader, and he just hears it again.
we couldn't think
My
of
friend,
anything
He
good, so
stays
we
unplugged.
made shit up.
He's
It doesn't work.
unplugged,
Okay,
alright.
that's
I
fine.
don't know. Anyways, so they get a ride. They from Freck, I think his name
Yeah,
is.
Mole Man.
And Mole Man, and they pick up some troopers, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And it's like, "We're looking for a Jedi. We've been looking all fucking day. And
We ain't
where the
found
fuck is
shit."
this Jedi, man?" Well, Jedi are usually wearing robes. They're usually brown and white, and they got beards. Where the fuck is
And he got a
this
lightsaber
guy?
on his belt that he keeps flashing for no fucking reason in all 3 episodes. He's walking around and there's this fucking
God
silver stick
damn
flashing
it.
around his
Who
hip.
are you? Why are you saying that? We're also looking for this guy that possibly is carrying a little girl with him. I know that. Oh my
He
God!
looks
What is
kinda
this?
like
Also, we have a
you.
picture of him because he's very famous and we know exactly
no
who he
pictures
is.
in the future, Alex.
Oh, they do. They have a little thing.
No
and they say
pictures.
we actually saw in the
we
episode
only
2.
need Protocol 23 to get the droid to come around the corner. There's no pictures. The droid has to verify. Anyway, so Leia asks if Obi-Wan is her father because he
That
pulls
moment.
from his experiences with her mother, and she senses he's hiding something. That's what makes her a good diplomat. I like these little hidden gems in there because it's like, okay, this is what makes Leia special. This is what makes her good at being the diplomat part of Organa, and it was cool. Anyway, eventually they're like, step out of the vehicle, and the probe droid. The probe droid shows earlier in the episode. They fire off 3 probe droids, and I thought that was a really cool scene. I like the way they actually show how probe droids are fired, and it was cool. And the motherfucking, I'm like, that better not be the same fucking probe droid that was fired off. And in my head canon, that's not the same probe droid.
That's not a probe droid. It's the interrogation
okay,
one.
Thank God.
That is
Okay.
not
That
that.
sounds like fucking. Probe droids are much larger, right? And they have more arms. Wait a minute. The interrogation droid is a circle with the silver cutter on it. That's the interrogation droid.
This tiny little thing should not. I don't think was the thing they launched into space. It better not be.
It better not.
Then
That's
why
what
they
I
put
was
that
saying. It
scene
better
on
not
there?
be.
It'd be
It better
Russian
just be a
nesting droids,
checkpoint
like right
thing.
when the little droid goes into the other droid, it comes out of the other one. All right.
Anyways, lift your head, and he's like, "Oh, fuck, John Wick." Pew, pew,
He lets
pew,
him look at
pew.
it. He's like, "Hold on, before I do this, I'm gonna let you get a good old look at the old noggin," because he could have, shot it first before
Right.
he did that, but he didn't do that.
Yeah, and I do
Dramatic
think
effect.
Yeah.
upon second watching, I do think it's a different probe droid because what is this guy's name? Fifth brother, one of the brothers,
Stupid
the
Raiden?
Raiden guy, says, this was before Impact. We got the signal before Impact. So
Oh, I
to
thought it
me,
was
that's
I
Blaster
they
thought
got
it
the
impact.
before
signal.
he shot
Before the
it.
blaster
Before he
impact.
shot it.
Oh, I'm over here thinking the impact of the probe droid on the planet.
No.
And you're thinking, oh, well, you guys might be right. Fucking, to put it up in the same probe drop.
Well, what was
Bam
that
it!
scene? What was that scene for then? If
I
it
don't
wasn't
fucking
the
know.
same.
God damn it! That's
He's like,
bad
"Send the
writing.
probes."
That's poor writing. I
And
don't
it's
need
there.
that. There's plenty of probes in the galaxy. We don't need those 3 probes to be one of the probes that comes around the corner. Okay? I don't know why I'm focusing on this, but it's pissing me off.
Well, we also, I mean, seriously, I brought it up before. They have pictures of Obi-Wan. Everyone
Yes.
in the previous episode had the thing that shows up and shows his fucking face. You're telling me no one over there has this same thing?
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
work
the
out in the minefields.
trooper grabs Leia, about to shoot her in the fucking face, but Obi-Wan don't give a fuck. John Wick's that guy too. And kills him. And then this rebel who's wearing an officer uniform
Well,
comes
before
up.
that, they didn't want to walk around the fence. They want to.
Yeah,
destroy
there's
the
a
fence.
little hut,
There's
and then
little-
there's a fence, but there's like clearly space on the other side.
walk
He's
around
like,
it,
oh
he's
shit, I
"Oh,
can't
it's not
break the
working.
thing. It's like
I'm
you
gonna
just
shoot it. It's like,
you walk
you
around.
walk
This is like
around
the
it.
one of the. This is like the second or third decapitation. This was the body gets cut in half because he fell on the thing. I'm like, but Disney don't want to do it when you
He
hit him with a
snapped the neck,
lightsaber.
but he snapped necks.
but you can fall on again. All right. Anyways, so the
Beautifully
rebel
shot scene.
lady, you got the Ned B introduces Ned B to LOLA 59 Lola. And you get the little robots, and she explains the secret pathway. It's the path. You know, it's almost like the Underground Railroad, only
Yeah,
instead
the
of
Jedi have been
slaves,
through
it's
here.
Jedi. And they're making allusions to, like, we have a pathway across all galaxies and stuff, and it's Jabim. And Jedis have come through here before, but it's not just Jedis. It's disaffected and people that are being hunted, and even Force-sensitive people. And then he looks at the wall, and he actually mentions a extended universe character, which I appreciated, and Star Wars nuts and hardcore will appreciate. Quinlan Voss is mentioned. And this is a Jedi who's managed to escape Order 66. You even see him for half a frame, though I don't think they probably should have put him in the background. He's in the background at like a canteen in The Phantom Menace as the guy with yellow line right here and dreads. So I'm hoping that maybe Quinlan can show up in this series. That would be kind of cool to see another Jedi. I don't know, that gets killed by, I don't know, Vader.
It could add tension because we
So
do need people
we
that
need
could
something.
die.
We need something because you're right, Alex. I was pointing out is like none of the characters that we care about are at risk. And all the characters that we don't care about are at risk. Like Reva's at risk. Third Brother's at risk. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make that clear. Vader shows up, and then he kills the father, snaps the boy's neck, tries to get Obi-Wan to react, so maybe he can sense him. And then, and he does. Obi sends off Leia and Tala, something like that. And he's going to distract him. So Vader stops Obi-Wan, engages his saber, and is like challenging him, and Obi-Wan runs away.
Run away!
Hey, that's fine, because Vader's at the top of his game, and
still in
Obi-Wan's
shock.
at the lowest of his
Still
game.
in shock.
And honestly, at this moment, I said to myself, we're fucked. No matter how this is going to end, it's going to end stupidly. Because from everything I've read in Vader comic books, and I'm a Star Wars fan, I really like Vader, I like all this, I'm like, there is no fucking way it would take a goddamn rebel army to get Vader to come off of Obi-Wan.
All I
Like,
smell is
it's-
fear and dead man.
and-
or a little bit of fire that I just put out that I could no longer put
And
out.
I was like, how is he getting out of this?
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to end poorly, and it ended poorly. A little bit of fire got spilled on the ground, and Vader was like, nah.
Maybe he's a scarecrow.
And I know people in comments are already typing, Joe, it's a cat mouse. It's like, no, it's fucking dumb. Okay, and I don't
Even
need that.
whiny
better
Raiden
ways to
said,
do it.
"Oh, we'll never find Obi-Wan now." It's like, yeah, because if he escapes, the chances of you finding him, it'll take another 10 years because you can just, I don't know, go
There-
to any place in the fucking galaxy.
There's still good in him, Joe, and part of him didn't want him to kill his friend. Okay, well, if that's the case, then
Part of him, the other part, wanted to light him on fire slowly, though. So,
right. I'm just
sick.
telling you what they're fucking writing in the comments. So if you want to go that direction, we still have 3 episodes left in order to develop that and give us a reason, because it should have taken a fucking rebel army to stop Vader.
Yep.
Anyways, they're doing a new lightsaber fight. Like I said, it's more New Hope than it is Revenge of Sith, and it's not even at the level of New Hope. And New Hope wasn't at the level of New Hope. If you go back and watch it, and I think just the budgetary and the choreography. something was lacking because ultimately I felt,
Yeah,
a
see
little
better.
disappointing. It's okay, kind of attitude towards it. What have you become? What you made me. Good line. Then Reva goes to the hiding spot. I don't understand how Reva is able to already be
It
where
was off screen.
She has force speed.
it was the
Off
tunnel.
She has force
Magic
She
happens
sent-
off
she
screen.
sent- okay.
Because
off
all the
screen.
Sith in this episode have force speed that they just don't
Oh,
show. Because
that's right. Because
they-
people keep coming around the corner. Off screen is literally a black hole.
Yeah.
Then teleports.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
Warp.
goddamn sense.
Okay, and then Raider. Vader. Confronts Obi-Wan, corners him, lifts up in the air. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. How the fuck is he gonna get? Slams him to the ground, puts fire, drags his ass. He's like, you're gonna suffer. I was like, this is great, man. James Earl Jones' voice is going. Everything is working out perfectly. And then the motherfucking stormtrooper showed. The second the stormtrooper showed up behind him, I'm like, all right, now you're.
These motherfuckers
you're
gonna ruin
about
something.
to fucking ruin it. And that's when she shows up from her perch and shoots one of the stormtroopers, and all the stormtroopers like, I have no idea where they came from. And Vader's like, oh, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Again, like something simple, like she could have shot a canister and it blew up.
A
and knocked
major
them back,
explosion that
and
separates the
knocks
two.
them back.
And
That's it.
Thank you, Joe.
That's it.
There you go, Deborah.
Instead of like, oh, fire.
Deborah.
Oh,
Deborah.
no.
Give Joe a call every once in a while.
Knock them back.
Something.
Make them stunned or
Momentary.
something. Instead
Nah,
of you
10
just
out of
watching.
10.
Something.
He's like,
and
oh,
then
he's leaving.
instead of a droid that looks like a skinny dude in a costume where his fucking pieces are practically falling apart, get a fast droid that comes in and fucking gets him the fuck out.
Or
That's
8
easy.
mouse droids, and then they put him on there, and he gets these little rocket skates. and goes,
Budget.
Ain't Lola's, because
Budget.
Lola's happy that Obi-Wan repaired Lola. She brings her ladybug robot friend. We're making something dumb as
a
fuck.
mech suit, a Lola mech suit,
But
and Mecha
Get it?
Obi-Wan fights
So-
Darth Vader.
So if what we're saying is this ended dumb as fuck, so we're making our own dumb as fuck. You want to go dumb as fuck or dumb as fuck?
I'll raise you.
Yeah. Anyways, the rebel lady ends up saving, with her Ned B robot, saves Obi-Wan, goes off screen. Leia comes in. Are you the one that's supposed to pick me up? I am now. And then she notice right before we smash the black, Leia runs into the tunnel and Rebel goes in after her. I'm like, Leia's gone, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, Rebel ain't never fuck getting there.
you cannot,
You cannot outrun this 9-year-old.
unless she goes off screen again and goes into the wormhole, and then she'll jump into the middle of the tunnel.
Yeah. So, other than breaking canon, the circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. And honestly, I'll forgive that. I don't give a fuck. Fine. But I forgave it for this? I was hoping you had something in your pocket that you've been saving for 15 years a little better than that.
They were saving something for 15 years.
Spend
you
your
just ate it.
budget. Yeah.
Ugh.
The character of Reva, darn it. And only a master of evil, Darth. And I guess 10 years could be at last. Because it says at last, and it's been 10 years since they fought. From this, now it's been 10 from this moment. But the fight certainly didn't look like,
It wasn't much
Vader
of a fight.
was the learner and Obi-Wan. So that clearly that doesn't make sense, and Disney doesn't give a fuck. That's fine. Whatever. They wanted a fight scene, and honestly, I wanted a fight scene, but I wish it was better. Anyways, I just think that budget got in the way and stuff. And,
Something got in the way.
A little like, well, yeah. There's just also, I think that's Deborah's fault. There's no sense of like area in the duel. The fight and choreography was poorly used, and especially when you keep cutting to Reva, like when we're trying to do like the fucking meeting between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
This is
Like,
the most iconic scene, and
piss
then you're
me
going to go
fuck
back
off.
to this
What are we doing?
person that I don't really care about.
Yeah. All right. Canon explanation now in my head. He wants to toy with him, and we will see that play out over the next 3 episodes.
So he wants to chase him for 10 years?
Yes.
Another 10 years?
Yeah, he's fucking bored, Alex. He's killed so many Jedi. There's so few left.
But he only wants one.
And
He only wants one. There's a single one.
Plain
You know, the
one.
one that lit him on fire and cut him in half.
So I obviously excused a lot of things because I love it. And
Yes.
then this section, we do this on purpose because we love. So 8 out of 10 for me. It was a 6 out of 10 for Alex and a 5 out of 10. Joe was even harsher on it. Okay. All right, guys, that's our
Everything
review
we talked about.
for episode 3. Damn, man, y'all are fucking rough as shit.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate having eyes.
All right, guys, we'll see you on episode 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully this thing wraps up nicely.
I
And
hope so.
I think they mentioned a surprise cameo, so we'll have to see in the next
Liam
video
Neeson's?
if
Qui-Gon.
anybody. So I hope.
Well,
I'll
if
give
someone's
you a whole
daughter is
point.
missing, you want Liam Neeson.
I'll give you a whole
Half a
point
Darth
just
Maul.
for that. And you're going to need some points from Alex and Joe, at least.
Yeah.
All right, bye.